Already seen terrible beach erosion from Hurricane Sally. It is up 3 feet here, and behind me it is at nearly 5 feet. Here in Franklin County, winds have been coming in all morning, but I can say the SWAT team just arrived behind me here. There is a very heavy police presence here on Cincinnati Avenue. A little earlier today, around 5 p.m., there was a stabbing. Police are just asking drivers to be extra cautious in areas just like this one behind me here where there are crosswalks. This hits home for South Walton Fire District as they lost one of their own back in 2004. Robert Heighton. Nova was walking up the boardwalk about to enter into her garage when 6 dogs came out of the woods, attacked her, and drug her into the weeds right here beside me. And there's cats here of all ages. Pumpkin here is only 4 months old. And doctors say because it is very minimally invasive, they've been able to walk out of those doors the next morning. Students have 2 sandwich options here, one being Nashville hot chicken, the other being turkey and Swiss on pretzel bread. We've discussed a little bit about grilling safety so far, but next we're going to be discussing fireworks. 2 suspects have been detained, but not before leading investigators and deputies on a 2-hour-long pursuit Wednesday. About 1 out of every 5 people getting COVID tests are positive for the virus, but only less than 50% of Walton County residents are vaccinated. Although Warwick is excited to jump into seat 3 on the commission, Hines tells me he's not done yet.
He made the comment that they could be going through my house and they could see my dirty panties on the floor.
Audio from an internal investigation where Walton County Fire Rescue Administrative Assistant Tammy Bradley says EMS Chief Tracy Voss made that inappropriate comment and inappropriately touched her and other female employees. Voss saw things differently.
Did you tell Tammy Bradley they could pick up her dirty panties off the floor?
Yeah, they could pick, yeah, I did. I told her they could pick up personal items, including her dirty underwear or anything else.
He took his hands and he cuffed them. And he made out like he sniffed them.
I didn't do it in a lecherous way. I certainly wasn't trying to be offensive with it.
There's video from inside of the medical supply room where the incidents allegedly took place.
He came in and I was sitting in a high chair at the bench, and he walked in and he put his hand on my leg, and I moved my leg from where he was at because my chair would spin, and it's just, I don't approve of that.
Yeah, I tapped her on the leg with my right hand.
So would that be uncommon for you to do that to anybody?
No.
Guy, girl?
No.
Now, after reviewing all these documents and interviews, the findings do say that what is sustained is that Chief Voss did participate in some inappropriate conversations.
I certainly hate to hear that they think I'm creepy. No one has ever told me that. No one has ever pulled away from me.
The Walton Fire Rescue and Walton County Sheriff's Office released this statement following the investigation. Quote, "The incident in question did not rise to the level of termination or suspension," end quote. Following the outcome of the internal investigation, Tammy Bradley filed a civil lawsuit against the Sheriff's Office on January 8th. She alleges that the Sheriff's Office did nothing to end a hostile work environment, gender discrimination, and sexual harassment. In Bay County, Alexia Tsiropoulos, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
He had reasonable suspicion to suspect maybe there's alcohol on board of the suspect.
A Florida Highway Patrol trooper was dispatched to Grayton Beach July 3rd for a crash on the beach involving injuries. A woman in her 20s was lying on the beach when a male driver, reportedly in a Ford F-150, ran over her backside with his right front tire.
We must do our crash investigation first prior to switching to any other criminal investigation.
Once the trooper concluded that crash investigation, he asked that 47-year-old driver suspect seen here in the FHP dashcam footage to perform a field sobriety test.
Start with horizontal gaze nystagmus, which is checking the eye movement. Move to the, I believe, walk and turn, which is just basically a series of steps heel to toe. And finally, I think he did the one-leg stand.
Lieutenant Jason King believes after the trooper's training and experience, his evaluation of the suspect.
The trooper determined that he may have had some alcohol in his system. It may be said like that on the video, but it wasn't enough to mark it in his mind, in his evaluation, that it was enough to score him out as intoxicated.
Once the trooper determined the suspect may not meet probable cause for a DUI arrest, he was issued a careless driving citation and able to leave the scene. It is unknown the condition that young woman is in currently. However, Facebook users are posting fundraisers to help support that young woman. In Walton County, I'm Alexia Tsiropoulos, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
It's a pretty wild journey.
Former Army cook turned bomb tech veteran Aaron Hale and his wife Michaela received their home as a gift, mortgage-free, from Building Homes for Heroes back in 2013 after suffering an impairing injury.
2011, I was injured by an IED while performing my job.
Aaron had lost his eyesight after the blast, and right around when he met his wife Michaela, he lost his hearing.
Completely deaf, completely blind, and had Michaela right by my side nursing me back to health. Of course, there's less elaborate ways to get a second date.
After the couple received their home, they started their family. Now, 10 years later, Building Homes for Heroes partnered with Lowe's to make major home improvements.
New countertops, as well as trim and backsplash, Cali flooring, waterproof vinyl. It's secured, good against children.
Those improvements made to the Hale family's kitchen has allowed them to start their own company called Extraordinary Delights.
I spend most of my time, of course, cooking for the home, cooking for the family, cooking for the business, cooking for our social media videos.
Cooking without looking, the Hales have already made great use of their kitchen for their TikTok cooking segments.
Welcome everybody to a very special episode as I'm joined by some friends from Lowe's Home Improvement who help provide this new kitchen.
Aaron and Michaela say this was an extraordinary gift from the community. Building Homes for Heroes has another home giveaway coming up in the next few weeks. In South Walton, I'm Alexia Tsiropoulos, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
Had a bunch of horses and had 27 Corvettes and a couple of Ferraris and Jaguars and all the hot cars.
Jim Burton was a med student, art gallery owner, estate manager, a limo driver, and a member of the mob. Jim Burton was also in the Mafia.
I used to break legs for them. I really got involved in karate in the 70s, and I trained real hard for years, and I trained for the 1980 Olympics.
But President Jimmy Carter decided the United States would boycott the 1980 Moscow Olympics. So Burton decided to offer his talents to the Gambino crime family as an enforcer for their loan sharking operations. He says he made $3,000 for each person that didn't pay up.
I tried talking them out of it many times, but I was making so much money. I would just go up to an individual and slam a sidekick on their kneecaps, and it only takes 7 pounds of pressure to break a kneecap.
Around this time, a stockbroker friend asked Burton to complete a foreign currency deal in Colombia.
So I went down there and I went to a Federal Reserve. I wasn't touching the money. I was having the money wired to my lawyer's account. I asked him, can I get in trouble for this? And there's no way that I could get in trouble.
Burton wasn't looking for trouble, but trouble found him anyway.